Hello, the Nott listeners. Welcome to our channel. In this video, we're gonna dive into the story of Nott the White Cat. This story is about the struggling life of a white cat named Snowy. Snowy has a sad experience of living in a market with his mama and siblings, where unpleasant gestures are sometimes shown to them. One day, Snowy is separated from his family and being taken care of by an old lady. But after a while of living a good life, Snowy faced a harsh life again. Snowy began to find wisdom from hearing a truth from others that transforms himself to be better. For disclaimer, the story in this video is self-written and fictional. Similar names, places, and events that are mentioned along the story are not intentional. Please like, share, and subscribe to help this channel grow. It means a lot to us. Enjoy your time! Hi, I'm Snowy, as they called. I am a white cat with a little bit of tabby markings on top of my forehead and the tip of my short bob tail. My ears are dusty dark gray in color. Besides all that, the rest of my fur is all white. I live with an old lady who lives alone in a small, humble, cozy house. This generous old lady adopted me when I was a kitten. My kittenhood as a kitten was not a good memory for me. I lived with my mother and 4 siblings in a traditional market. I remember so much about my kittenhood. We were often starved, as Mother was very skinny and frail. Mother always looks so tired, and sometimes refuses to breastfeed us. My siblings and I often cry because of the hunger. We often take a little step closer to Mother, begging for milk. But sometimes Mother looked annoyed. She shoved us away from her with her leg. That day, Mother hadn't eaten all day. Maybe that's why she was so unenergetic and not in a good mood. Mother, my siblings, and I had a daily routine in the past. Throughout the day, Mother visits one stall after stall, begging for a kind shopkeeper to give her some fish or chicken. I don't know why they are all not so nice to Mother. Oftentimes, I saw Mother being kicked, thrown at, splashed with water, or worse, feared and chased. Honestly, it is all painful for me to watch my mother being treated like that. All she did was only sit near the stall and stare at the shopkeeper, not meowing whatsoever. Whiteness of the fur has been around in our genes quite long, Mother told us. Yes, Mother, my siblings, and I are all white-colored fur. There's only me that has another color beside white in my fur. But it's just a little bit. Mother once said the whiteness of our fur is a curse. Mother said no cat packs want to accept her as a member because light-colored fur makes it easy to spot by enemies. So, after being rejected here and there, Mother just accepts her life as a solitary cat, with us the children as her only pets. What about Father? I don't know him at all. Never seen him either. Oh, how pleasant to have a pet. A real one, I mean. I saw them living together, taking care of each other, protecting each other, and sharing meals with each other. Maybe one day, when I grow up, I can join a pack and make friends with other cats. Besides, I'm not all white after all, and maybe they will be kind enough to let Mother and my siblings join the pack. My life changed in one rainy night. That day, we hadn't eaten yet since yesterday. The traditional market is closed. We have been walking in search of food since this morning, but I guess today is not a lucky day for us. The cold weather makes us feel hungrier than usual. Plus, we have been walking for hours with an empty belly. Suddenly, a miracle came. Mother saw a person throwing a box full of trash and leftover foods just right across the street. We were so happy, even if we didn't know yet what was in there. In this situation, we don't mind much. Any food was in there, we will eat it in no time. We just need to cross the street quickly before other cat packs get into that newly thrown trash. Mother took the lead to cross the street. She was standing in front of us, waiting for vehicles to pass first. The road is not busy. There are only a few vehicles now and then. At that moment, we were soaking wet because of the heavy rain, and our tummy was too upset to wait for the rain to stop. I held out my tongue and drank the rainwater to kill the hunger. That's when I realized my mother and siblings were already crossing the street halfway. I have been left behind. I ran quickly to catch up to them, as they were all already crossed. I saw a bright light from my left side, and a vehicle came near me. I gathered all my strength to run, but I didn't have much energy left. My whole body was shaking. I closed my eyes. I think I'm gonna be hit by the vehicles. I think this is how my life ends. I woke up on a fluffy surface that was warm and soft. Never have I ever fallen asleep on such a comfortable surface before. All my life, this feels so nice. Am I already dead and now in heaven? Or am I sent down to hell? I'm positive that I may be in heaven. I open my eyes slowly, adjusting it from a bright white light. After a while, I look around me. It turns out that I am in a room, a clean room that I've never been inside before. The air is nice and not smelly like the market where I live with my family. I'm still laying on this soft bed. I'm too tired to move. I feel like my body is weak. I don't have the energy to stand up. An old lady came near me. Her hair was gray and white. Her hand is reaching to my head. She gives me a head scratch. Normally, I will flinch and avoid it, but I feel comfort from her gesture. It reminds me of Mom. I don't know where my family is, but I hope they are doing okay. Sometimes I wonder if they remember or forget about me. Deep down, I don't blame them though. The life at the market and street is already hard enough and tiring. Days after days passed. I lived with the old lady that rescued me from the accident. My body is recovering under the lady's care. She is very nice to me, but I don't familiar with kindness given from humans. I still hide under the furniture and stay away from her sometimes. She is kind and patient with me. I feel like I am being difficult. So I sneak around, walking cautiously where she sat and watch the TV while knitting. I move closer to her leg, rubbing my fur to her. She stopped what she was doing and put down the knitting stuff into the side table. I look up to her with my round, yellow eyes. She smiled and picked me up cautiously, putting me in her lap. She patted my head with her shaky and wrinkly hands. I sit on top of her lap, tucking my paws and rubbing my body with my tail. She's scratching my head, then continues to knit again. Until this moment, I have never felt so warm and secure in my whole life. The old lady loves me very much. I got a lot of cuddling time, head patting, back scratching, and yummy treats. We spend a lot of time together at home. Since she rarely goes out, it is only the two of us in the safe and warm house that now I called home. The care and love I receive from the old lady sometimes takes my mind off from remembering the struggles that I once experienced. But it didn't take my mind off from thinking about my siblings and Mom. Now all I experience is love and soft care. The old lady always gives me a nice meal that is very tasty. It makes me gain weight from the frequent eating and treats. I'm so happy from this treatment, as I barely feel hunger anymore. The old lady gives me different types of food frequently. There's some food that I really like and enjoy. When I feel like it, I can refuse to eat what the old lady gives me that day. And boom, she will change the food into the one I want. It also works if I don't like some things around the house. I can just trip it over, ruin it, or push it into the ground so it splatters into tiny pieces. This is marvelous. I can get what I want with this trick. So, I do this quite often, depending on my mood, as the old lady never refuses, complains, or punishes me. One day, the old lady's family came over. They were discussing something. I don't really know what that is, but I can feel that it is something bad. Turns out, they were planning to take the old lady away from me, from this house, where the two of us spend our time together. I hate this. How dare they take away my happiness this easily from me? The old lady is mine and mine only. She is my only safe space, my mother figure, after I'm separated from my family. I don't have anyone else. I only have her. I think my classic trick would work. How about I let out my tantrum? Maybe the old lady will take me wherever she goes. She won't leave me behind, right? She really loves me, I believe it. Her kind gestures to me says it all without a doubt. I needed to start now before it is too late. I throw my tantrum in front of them and the old lady. I meowed, hissed, ran around the living room. I got on top of the table that makes the glasses of water trip and fall into the ground. The old lady's family looked shocked. Some of them looked angry and pointed their fingers at me and started to shout at me with hurtful words. I sat back. My fur is standing at my back. My ears folded. I let out a long hiss at the person. The person tried to hit me with its hand, so I scratched the person's hand with my claws. I tried to defend myself as I felt threatened. One of the old lady's daughter does not look happy. She chases me around, trying to put me in a cage. After several minutes of chasing, I'm cornered. I hiss again. My back fur is standing up. She caught me. I tried to bite her hand so I could get away, but she is wearing thick gloves. She picks me up and puts me in a cage. It is my first time being caged. I feel so ashamed, angry, and sad at the same time. From inside the cage, I can see the old lady trying to stop her daughter. The old lady wants to let me out, but she is stopped by her family. The old lady gave me a sad look, not knowing what to do. In return, I whimpered, meowing non-stop, while pushing and scratching the metal bar. It's all for nothing. I still can't get out of this cage. All I can do now is lie inside the cage, hopeless. The old lady's daughter picks up the cage and places it near the balcony while I'm still inside it. I was left there all alone, inside the cage with cold bars of metal underneath me. I won't give up. I continue to meow and wait for the old lady to rescue me. After a while, the old lady came to me. She opens the cage and picks me up. She holds me in her arms like a baby. Turns out, she came to say goodbye, as she will be sent to a nursing home by her family. She held me close while caressing my head gently. We can no longer be together. We will be separated tomorrow. I'm so sad. But the old lady promised that someone great will take care of me. Tomorrow, she will go to the nursing home and I will be sent away. Tonight will be the last day we live together. For the first time, she let me sleep on her bed with her. Right now, I just need to enjoy the moment while it still lasts. In the morning, the old lady's daughter put me back in the cage and brought me inside the car. I can see the old lady from afar, wiping her eyes with tissue a couple of times. I no longer can do anything except accepting my fate. I wish that someone who will take care of me will be as nice and loving as the old lady. And I hope in the next life the old lady and I will meet and live with each other again. I turn my back as I can't bear the sadness inside of me when I look at the old lady's sad face. In the car's garage, there was another cat sleeping in a separate cage as me. I want to ask, where will we go? But the other cat is just looking at me sadly. My question remains unanswered. After a long drive, the car stopped. I woke up from my little nap. I look at the other cat. He wakes up too. The car door opened. I saw a nice and clean road, with houses lined up along the road. One of the houses may be my new home. I'm so happy and hopeful to begin my new happy life. The old lady's daughter let me and the other cat out of the cage. We sniff the road to adapt to the new environment we're in. I look around. The houses were big, bigger than the house that the old lady and I lived in before. Suddenly, the car engine started. They drove away so quickly. The other cat and I were so confused. I thought we would be sent to a new home, as the old lady's promised. What happened now is that I'm left here on the street with another cat that I didn't know. Where's the promise? The old lady betrayed me. I thought she loved me. I began to interact with the other cat that was in the same car as me. Maybe we can be a pack. The other cat is named Toasty. He is a Siamese cat. His long fur is tan and brown. His eyes are blue. I'm pretty sure that he wasn't once a street cat like me. Toasty didn't say much. He also refuses to be a pack. He believes that his owner will come back to get him in no time. Toasty remains around the spot he was left, not going too far from there. Meanwhile, I visit houses after houses, begging for someone that would let me in and adopt me. But there is none. I didn't get unpleasant gestures from them like I experienced in the market. Instead, they just ignore me. The day is getting dark, so I search for food from trash cans in front of each house. I began nostalgic of my kittenhood, eating what was left in the trash. Toasty seems clueless while joining me. He clearly never lives in the street before. Day after day passed. I survived my day by eating leftovers. I spent my day looking for food in the trash and sleeping inside the bushes. It is so hot out here. The bushes really help me to cool down a bit. Toasty is still hopeful and in denial that he is thrown away by his owner just like me. I told him to stop waiting and start accepting the life we're in now. But he didn't listen. All Toasty did was wait at the end of the street, guessing at the main street, waiting for his owner that never came. Toasty did some improvement though. Now he can search for his own food in the trash. I asked him to explore this road further. Maybe someone will take us in, but he refuses. Tonight, I will go and explore. I'm positive that someone will take me in. I feel bad for Toasty, but he doesn't want to come with me, so I left him. I walk and walk in this dark night. Under the moon, that is my only enlightenment. Suddenly, I am being followed by a dog. It is kinda big and fluffy. The dog is probably 5 times bigger than me. So I speed up my pace. But then, the dog stops me. She asks me if I'm new here and that I was looking for something. The dog is not as scary as I thought. She may be big, but not fearsome. Her name is Claire. She is this neighborhood's patrol dog. She sometimes patrols together with her partner Buggy. She said that Buggy and her are well looked after by everyone that lives in this area. Wow, she knows everyone who lives here then. It is my opportunity to find someone who may want to adopt me, and so I asked Claire. Claire said that there's one house near the back of the street that has 2 nice cats living there. Maybe the cats there will welcome me and Toasty. I'm so happy to get this information. But before I go to that house, I will go back to Toasty first. He will be thrilled. we finally can have our new home. When I get to Toasty, he refuses to leave. I told him that it is for our own good. Sadly, like before, Toasty still believes that his owner will come soon to get him. I tried to tell him again and again, but he doesn't want to hear me. Toasty began to get angry at me. These conversations lead to us fighting. I have no choice but to leave him again. I followed the direction that Claire gave me, and I finally arrived at the house. From afar, I can see two cats on top of the wall fence of the house. The two of them look up to the sky, enjoying the cold night air. They look like they are being fed nicely and wearing the same blue neck collar. One of the cats is a rare gray-bluish thick tabby. The other one is a regular brown tabby. It is my first time seeing a gray-bluish thick tabby cat. He looks so majestic, I might say. Suddenly, a familiar grumbling sound of kibbles is heard. The two cats jump down from the wall fence. It looks like it is their dinner time. I hear my stomach growl. I'm really starving. I dared myself to visit the house. Maybe there I will get some food from the kind owner of the house. When I walk closer to the house, the gate is being opened. I think it is my lucky day. I walk slowly to the fence, taking a small step to take a peek inside. The two cats are eating from a nice blue bowl, the same color as their collar. The owner of the house saw me. A pack of kibbles is still in her hold. I didn't walk back. I just stood here, not moving, while still looking at the two cats enjoying their feast. The owner of the house approached me and patted me in the head. The other two cats looked at me with their heads tilted. The owner of the house welcomed me to join dinner with the other cats. I feel so happy. Maybe this really will be my new forever home. The owner of the house filled a black-colored bowl with kibbles and gave it to me. Then she went into the house. I finally ate some nice food today. I ate it until there's nothing left in the bowl. After finishing my food, the other two cats inspected me, sniffing me around. This is a normal treatment from others if you're a new cat. I just stood there, accepting the sniff around. The gray-bluish thick tabby cat is named Star, and the brown tabby cat is named Stripey. The two of them didn't do anything bad to me, at least for now. But I feel scared and nervous. I feel so dirty compared to them. Several days of living in the street makes my white fur begin to gray because of the dust and dirt. They also took so long sniffing at me. Ugh, I don't like this. I lost my temper and snapped at them. I hissed and tried to hit Star with my paws because he is too close to me. Star jumps back and is taken aback. His face didn't look happy now. I regret what I did, but there's no use now. Oh, great. I just blew my chance to have a forever home. Stripey snapped at me, defending Star. I swear that she is so fierce. Even I'm not sure of myself and began to question my arrival to this house. So I walked back slowly to leave the house. The rest of the night is quiet. I walk with my head down on the street. I guess my forever home now is just a dream. Don't know where else to go. I walk to the spot where Toasty is. From across the street, I saw Toasty being picked up by someone. The person is holding Toasty in his arms while patting Toasty's head. Great. I will be all alone then. Toasty is right. His owner will come back one day and get him. I walk closer to Toasty. Maybe his owner wants to take me in too, I hope. Toasty jumps from the person's arm, runs away, and hides under the bushes. I'm kinda confused though. Isn't what Toasty wants is to be back to his owner? Now that Toasty is hiding, it is my time to get Toasty's owner's heart. I won't let this chance slip away. I rub my head on Toasty's owner's leg, then I stare at him with big eyes. I don't care about crossing a friendship line. All I care now is a new home. I glance at Toasty. He seems bothered about what I'm doing. The person looked down at me, then kicked me softly. I was pushed aside. The person is still looking for Toasty, turning his head around to search. I rub my head again at his leg. This time, I'm being kicked harder than before. I pushed to the ground, and he left. Toasty comes closer to me, looking down at me, worried. Kinda annoyed, I asked Toasty why he didn't come home with his owner. Toasty said that he is not his owner. He did want to take Toasty with him though, but Toasty remains loyal to his true owner. Hearing what Toasty said makes me angry and annoyed. How could he refuse being taken home just because he is still waiting for the unknown? I snap at Toasty for being so naive, but Toasty is unaware of my attack. He is scratched on his side. Oh really? He can't even defend himself. How can he survive living on the street? Toasty looks at me sadly and goes away. I can't bear looking at him anymore. The more I look at him, the more my annoyance boils. Toasty and I can't be friends anymore. He is too naive and strong-headed. I would rather be alone. This day is really hot. I lay under the bushes that used to cool me down, but I still can feel the extreme heat. I get out from the bushes, walking down the road in search of fresh and clean water. The road is empty. Sometimes I wonder if all of these houses have at least someone living inside. I rarely saw a person go in or out of these houses, yet I spend most of my time outside on this road. Toasty is nowhere in sight. I was still annoyed at him, to be honest, but living on the road alone makes me feel lonely too sometimes. My only interaction is with Claire and Buggy, but there's not much to say, as they were always on duty, patrolling. I think my wish to get a new home no longer excites me. I can't even see fresh and clean water after hours of walking. What a sad life I have now. I imagine what Toasty is doing now on this very hot day. No offense, but he is clueless and defenseless. The search of water is tiring me, so I'm going to take a nap in the bushes instead. The sleep will ease my hunger and thirst. When I wake up, the sky is already dark. My stomach is growling loudly. I haven't eaten since this morning. Worsley, today is the day when all the trash is picked out from the houses. Will I get some food for today? My eyes waters as I look up to the sky through the leaves of the bushes. The stars are shining so brightly across the sky. I make a wish to the star so I can have at least a piece of chicken and water for today. After several moments of looking up at the sky, I thought of an idea. Maybe I will visit the house where Star and Stripey is at, and hopefully they will be kind enough to forgive me. I jump from my spot and walk happily to that house. The gate of the house is closed, but I can sneak through some openings. I put my paws at one of the holes to keep me steady while I'm peeking inside. Oh, how dare he! He is betraying me! Inside, I can see Star, Stripey, and Toasty enjoying a nice portion of mackerel. The smell of the mackerel makes me starve even more. I went inside from the openings. Without any hesitation, I snapped at 3 of them angrily. Then I eat the mackerel from one of the bowls. Stripey hissed at me, ready to attack. Star and Toasty only stepped back. I let out a hiss and continued to eat until there's nothing left at the bowl and left the house. Instead of walking to my usual hiding spot, this time I will rest in one of the bushes across from this house. So, if the owner gives out some food, I can come quickly inside again. My only enemy right now is only Stripey, the fierce one. Star and Toasty is not my problem. The two of them are passive and timid. I can easily fight them and take their place. It will be my happy ending. I won't be living on the street again. Right now, I just need to watch. If Stripey is not around, I can attack Star and Toasty. Actually, my plan is only to attack Star, as he is the most loved one by the owner. From this distance, I can see he is being pampered and very loved. Stripey is too, but I'm jealous of Star. He is as naive as Toasty, but they shower him with exquisite treatment any cat can dream of. My heart is on fire just looking at Star. I want to be pampered too. I want what he has. One day, Stripey went out of the house through the opening that I used to get inside before. I watch her until she is nowhere in sight. Great, this is my time to attack Star. I get inside the house. At the porch, I see Star is taking a nap on top of the chair. Star looks so majestic. A warm sunlight hits his body, making his thick tabby pattern really look like stars in the sky. No wonder his owner named him Star. I walk closer to him, slowly and quietly, so he doesn't wake up just yet. When my estimated distance is met, I jump at him with my claws opened. Before I even land on him, he already jumps down from the chair. I'm shocked by his quick reflexes. He sat on the ground and yawned, then licked himself. I feel humiliated, so I began to attack him again without warning. Stars attacked me too, with so much speed. But his attack is not hurting me at all. Meanwhile, Star remains untouched from my claws. I'm so angry that my plan is not going well. I attack him again and again, but he is getting away from me so fast. Not giving up, I began to chase him around the house porch. Star is still unreachable to me. Suddenly, I tripped on one of the bowls that used to place some food. The bowl flipped, The mackerel inside was scattered. Star walks to the door and meows, calling the owner of the house. Not long after, the owner of the house opens the door, and look what has happened. Still angry, I snap at Star in front of her. I no longer can hold this anger and humiliation. The other bowl is flipped too when I chase Star around. I don't care about anything anymore. I'm too angry with anyone and anything. Suddenly, the owner of the house sprayed me with water. The water felt cold on my skin. I glanced back and gave them both a cold stare. It isn't over. I took a final look before I left. The food is spattered. 2 bowls are flipped, and the 2 others are untouched. Wait, there's 4 bowls? Then it made me realize maybe one of the bowls is for me. Oh, I want to apologize, but the owner of the house sprayed me again with water. All I have to do now is leave. On my way out, Stripey is blocking my way. She seems so angry at me. I just look down, waiting for her to step aside. Stripey said that it is over for me being welcomed here. Stripey also said that I'm selfish and full of myself. She even said that I'm Mama's boy that always gets what he wants and never knows what sharing with others is. No wonder I'm still alone. No one wants to take me in. I don't know what to say to Stripey, so I just looked down, embarrassed from her calling me out like that. She finally steps aside. I quickly get out because the owner of the house sprays me again with water. When I'm fully outside, Stripey and Toasty get inside of the house together. I hissed at Toasty, giving him a nasty look. Days after the incident, I still ate food that I could get from the trash. I still stay at the spot in the bushes across the house that Star, Stripey, and Toasty is in. I watch them enjoying nice food and treats from the bushes. They all look so happy together. They never fight or assert dominance to one another. Their lives are full of joy and happiness. It hits me now, the words that Stripey said to me. If only time can be replayed again, I should know better. They didn't make fun of my white fur like other cats in the market. Truthfully, they didn't harm me at all. I was the one who attacked first. I mostly spend my days looking across the house where three of them are living a nice life. Suddenly, the gate is open. The owner of the house is holding a bowl. It probably is not for me, as I disappointed them before. But my assumption is wrong. The owner of the house walked closer to me and placed the bowl in front of me. I look at the bowl with disbelief. The bowl is filled with tuna and mackerel. It smells really good. I look at the owner of the house with so much gratitude and begin to eat, while stuffing my face with this nice food. I can see Star, Stripey, and Toasty picking at me from the gates with curiosity. I think I'm being welcomed again. This time, I promise to won't take other cats' place or pick a fight with them anymore. After my bowl is empty, I dare myself to go into the house. Star, Stripey, and Toasty are enjoying their food. The owner of the house brings my bowl inside, placing it near the other cat's bowl. She filled my bowl again with tuna and mackerel. My body is very skinny now, after days of not getting enough food from the trash. Maybe that's why my bowl got filled again. I still starve after that first bowl, to be honest. The four of us ate our food with so much joy. The owner of the house patted each of our heads. After we finished our meal, we hung around on the porch. Now I know that Star and Stripey also once being left on the street, just like Toasty and I. The four of us had a similar experience before. We met with each other at this house. Finally, my wandering and hopelessness has come to an end. I feel so much happier now. I look up to the sky where the stars are shining and wish for my mother and siblings' well-being. Maybe one day my family and I will be reunited again. When I look down, Star, Stripey, and Toasty rub their chins to my body. I rub my chin to them too. For the first time, I have a pack of friends I can relate to and a place I call home. The end. Thank you so much for listening until the end, Nott listeners. Comment cat emoji down below so we can see your presence. Please subscribe to our channel if you want to see more of our contents. See you in the next video.